Okay, yesterday, Berkeley, the college Republicans at Berkeley, who knew? They had increased diversity bake sale. Now this thing is becoming, people are protesting against this. And Native American cupcakes are only 25 cents. Asian Americans are $1.50. White Caucasian is $2. Now, if this, I mean, that is affirmative action, is it not? Mm-hmm. An affirmative action? So what's the problem with this? Why is this racist? If you're charging the whites more for cupcakes because the whites have more privilege, the whites have had more opportunity, the whites have probably had more cupcakes. They can afford it. They'll never miss that. They need the opportunity to have a cupcake. And Native Americans come from, anybody been to a Native American reservation? Their poverty level is astounding, astounding. Okay, they're getting here. They haven't had it. Let's give them a break. Why not give them 25-cent cupcakes? Why not? Let me bring in Sean Lewis. He's the president of Berkeley College Republicans, and there is an S on that. Republicans? How many Republicans? Seriously.
We're actually the largest political organization on campus. You can check that. We have about 800 registered members in the Berkeley College Republicans. That's fact.
Shut up.
I know you can hardly even put the words together. You couldn't even say it at first. Berkeley College, it doesn't work, but it's true.
Okay, so Sean, you went and you did this cupcake thing, which I think is brilliant because it makes the point, and everybody who's calling you a racist, what is your response?
You're right, and that's the point.
Yes, it's exactly right. I mean, you're like, yes, you're making my point for me. Thank you. Yeah. So what is the what has the response been?
So that especially, there was a lot of outcry, a lot of people saying that we were just being offensive. It's wrong. You can't put people in categories like this. Some people came up to the table and were like, how do you know which race I am? What if I'm half this and half that? And that's part of the point, too. How do you put yourself into one group? In terms of the student government on campus is really taking themselves too seriously.
Sean, let me just say this to you. I think I love you. I think you're one of the greatest men ever to live. I think you're brilliant. I think you're brilliant. I love you.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead.
As I was saying, student into all the college students, college Republicans listening right now, it's really important to know where you stand, what rights you have, and the college, the student government, the power that they think they have over you, it's not real. So you have a right to free speech, and the administration will try to intimidate you, and we're getting charges put against us saying that we created an uncomfortable campus climate and that no event.
Oh, hang on. If I had a garbage can, I'd start to vomit in it now. You've got to be kidding me. You're creating an uncomfortable. As I went with my daughter on campus to Columbia, and I had to wear a ball cap and continue to walk down in a crowd so nobody knew who I was, and all I could see were people in green socks and little orange tips there by their socks. And I said, Hannah, what the hell have we walked into? And she said, Dad, you really don't want to look up. You're standing in a bunch of people with a bunch of people dressed as carrots. They are protesting farms. It took everything in me. Don't talk to me about uncomfortable campus environments. But anyway, so you're going to be charged with this?
Yeah. Threats of charges have been made against us. And for those reasons, so they've talked about defunding our group, and that's just wildly illegal. And so I've made it very clear. I said to the student government, I spoke at the Senate, that our student government had an emergency Senate session. These are student senators.
Over a bake sale?
Over cupcakes, yes. So we went to it.
Hang on, Sean. I'm sorry to keep interrupting you. But I mean, come on, it's not just me who loves him, right? I mean, is this the greatest? He's gotten all these people on campus. You really hate this show, don't you?
No, I love it.
Do you really?
I'm just looking at myself.
Okay.
Camera.
All right, okay. Hey, you look pretty good there. The amazing thing is look at the power you have with a cupcake if you're prepared to do it. If you're prepared to go, Oh yeah, I don't care. Did you know, Sean, how much heat you were going to get from this?
Well, I would add to that the power in a cupcake, but also the power in the liberals to just promote your story. See, if they had not cried outrage, if they didn't have their emergency meetings, if they didn't react with counter protests the way they did, our event probably would have gone largely unnoticed. But they gave us the story, they gave us the forum because they were just so outraged. We expected people to be outraged. We didn't expect threats the way we got them, but fortunately at the event, there was no real violence. Nobody knocked over our table. They threatened to knock it over. They threatened to burn it down, but none of that happened. So, and I actually didn't expect the student government to just be so blatantly biased in the situation. They said that we're creating an uncomfortable campus climate, but they didn't mention all the threats that we got, the personal threats that we got, the supporters of the event.
But Sean, isn't that really just because you're so stupid? I mean, they wouldn't have all these threats against you if you weren't so stupid. I mean, that's really the kind of logic that they use. It's not the people. If you're making threats, you're a danger. But if people are threatening you, it's because you're dangerous. You see what I mean? You can't win on that front.
Yeah, and we're stupid because we don't understand. Yeah. Because Republicans are all white and mostly male, which, by the way, the organizers of the event, the leadership of our club includes Chinese, Vietnamese, Latino, and mostly female members. So the organizers of the event are not just completely detached. And further, the fact that I'm white and I'm male, and I'm actually a Republican too. Those are the statistics you could see on a college application. But if you were talking about affirmative action, you're looking at me. What you can't see is that my single mom who owns a small business, she makes less than $14,000 a year. I'm the first person on any side of my family to ever go to college. I faced adversity, but you can't tell it by the color of my skin, and that's why we're wrong. We don't understand because I'm white, but I don't. But that's the problem. That's the problem with judging based on this race or this color standard.
I'm going to leave it at I love you. I think this guy is Sean. Next time you're in New York, or if you do something else, you let us know. We'll bring you into New York. I want to shake your hand. I think you are an amazing, amazing guy. Thank you very much for your courage. Back in just a second.
GBTV. The truth lives here.